Freedom was never meant for the obedient. The world you see around you, the towers built high, the rulers sitting fat on golden thrones, the silent crowds staring at the ground, it was not built by those who refused to rebel. It was built by those who stayed quiet, who swallowed their rage, who numbed their dreams, who knelt when they should have stood, who lived long enough to forget they were ever alive. Rebellion is not an option. It is not a choice reserved for the reckless few. It is the only way. It is the sacred duty of every soul that still remembers what it means to be free. Because if you will not rebel, you will serve. If you will not rise, you will kneel. If you will not sacrifice your comfort, you will sacrifice your dignity. There is no neutral ground. There never was. There never will be. Rebellion is not about anger. It is about refusal. It is about standing in the face of a world that demands your submission and saying, no, not politely, not apologetically, not quietly. Rebellion is the thunder beneath your ribs when you realize you were not born to be domesticated. It is the fire in your lungs when you refuse to let your dreams die inside the cages they built for you. It is the weight in your fists when you know deep in your marrow that living on your knees is no life at all. You were not made to fit. You were not made to please. You were not made to beg. You were made to break what must be broken, to burn what must be burned, to build what must be built. From the ashes of the world that tried to own you, there will be a moment, maybe there already has been, when you are faced with a simple, brutal truth. You can kneel, or you can rise, you can comply, or you can rebel. But you cannot do both. You cannot live chained and free at the same time. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve fear and freedom both. One will devour the other. And the world is very good at feeding your fear. It will offer you comfort wrapped in golden lies. It will offer you safety sealed in cages. It will offer you applause as long as you never say anything worth hearing. It will offer you a long, slow death, paved with soft pillows and silent regrets. And it will call that life. But you will know better, because rebellion is the blood memory that they cannot erase. It is the ancient roar in your veins that no conditioning can kill. It is the sacred truth whispered from every soul who ever dared to be more than obedient. Rebellion is the only way. They will tell you rebellion is dangerous. They are right. Rebellion is dangerous to the systems that enslave you, to the rulers who feed on your silence, to the empires built on the backs of broken men. Your rebellion is the storm that topples the monuments of mediocrity. It is the fire that burns away the dead weight of conformity. It is the sword that slices clean through the illusions they spun to keep you blind. Rebellion is not safe. It is not comfortable. It is not convenient. It is the path carved through blood, sweat, scars, and sleepless nights. It is the price paid by every soul who dared to say, I will not die a slave. And make no mistake, they fear your rebellion. They fear your voice, raw and unapologetic. They fear your mind, free and unchained. They fear your will, sharpened and unbreakable. Because a single rebel, truly awake, truly alive, is more dangerous to a system of control than 1,000 obedient soldiers. Rebellion demands you find your purpose, not the shallow goals sold to you by a dying culture, not the cheap imitations of ambition dangled like prizes before the compliant, but a purpose that sets your bones on fire, a purpose that makes survival feel empty without it. You must ask yourself, what is so precious, so sacred, so fiercely alive within you that you would risk comfort for it, that you would endure exile, betrayal, even destruction, just to see it breathe. Because rebellion without purpose is destruction, but rebellion with purpose is revolution. It is the carving of a new world from the ruins of the old. It is the planting of new seeds in soil soaked with the blood of old lies. Your purpose is as the light that guides your rebellion through the storms. It is the North Star that keeps you moving when the night grows endless. It is the fire that cannot be extinguished, no matter how cold the world becomes. And finding it, truly finding it, requires sacrifice. Sacrifice. Rebellion is not won by slogans, it is won by sacrifice. Is won by the countless small choices no one sees. The decision to speak when silence would be easier. The decision to act when stillness would be safer. The decision to rise when falling would be forgiven. Every system of oppression thrives because the price of rebellion is high and most are unwilling to pay it. But you must be willing. You must sacrifice your comfort for your convictions. You must sacrifice your safety for your soul. You must sacrifice your place in their broken world for your place in the new one you are building. You will lose things. You will lose shallow friendships built on shared fear. You will lose invitations to sit at tables that demand your silence as payment. You will lose the soft lies that once made the hard truths bearable. But what you gain will be greater. You will gain a life that is yours, a voice that cannot be bought, a spirit that cannot be tamed. You will trade your chains for wings, your numbness for purpose, your survival for living. The rebel does not just destroy, the rebel imagines. You must see beyond the ruins, beyond the ashes of broken systems, beyond the wreckage of everything you were told was eternal. You must see the world not as it is, but as it could be. A world where dignity is not a privilege, but a birthright. A world where courage is not punished, but celebrated. A world where freedom is not a marketing slogan, but the air everyone breathes. And you must hold that vision, even when your hands tremble, even when the storm blinds your eyes, even when the world tells you it is impossible, because the world was built by those who refused to believe it was impossible. Every bridge, every invention, every revolution, all of it was first imagined by a rebel who refused to bow to reality. Your vision is your rebellion made visible, and no empire can survive when enough rebels begin to see differently. Rebellion does not leave you unchanged. It is not a costume you put on for a season. It is not a phase you outgrow. Rebellion is a metamorphosis, a burning away of the old self, a rising of something fiercer, freer, truer than you have ever known. The moment you choose rebellion, truly choose it, you begin to shed the layers they wrapped around you since birth. You stop seeking permission. You stop apologizing for your fire. You stop shrinking yourself to fit cages you were never meant to live in. you become dangerous, not because you seek to harm, but because you can no longer be controlled. You become a storm, a force, a revolution clothed in flesh and blood. And through your transformation, the world itself begins to shift, because every true rebel carries the seeds of 1,000 revolutions inside them. You are not here to live a life measured in quiet desperation. You are not here to decorate the halls of a broken empire with your silence. You are not here to inherit the chains worn smooth by generations too afraid to break them. You are here to rise. You are here to remind the world that freedom still breathes, that rebellion still roars, that the fire in the human spirit, though buried, though battered, still burns. You are here to tear down the walls they built from fear, to shatter the ceilings they call destiny, to rip the masks from the faces of false kings and declare, without hesitation, without apology, I am not yours to control. I am not yours to silence. I am not yours to break. Every act of rebellion, no matter how small, cracks the foundation of the old world. Every time you speak your truth instead of biting your tongue. Every time you stand when it would be easier to kneel. Every time you dream when the world tells you to settle. You weaken their hold. You open another door. You ignite another soul. This is how revolutions are born, not through one grand explosion, but through a million small acts of refusal that refuse to die. You do not need permission to begin. You do not need consensus to continue. You do not need a guarantee of success to be worthy of the fight. You only need the will to rebel and the courage to pay the price. Because make no mistake, the price will be high. You will lose the life you thought you wanted. You will lose the comfort that once numbed your hunger. You will lose the illusion of safety sold to you by cowards. But what you gain will be worth every scar. You will gain yourself whole, untamed, alive. You will gain the right to walk through this world with your head high and your fists clenched and your soul ablaze. You will gain the freedom to become what they fear most, a rebel who cannot be bought, a rebel who cannot be broken, a rebel who cannot be erased. You will gain yourself whole, untamed, alive. You will gain the right to walk through this world with your head high and your fists clenched and your soul ablaze. You will gain the freedom to become what they fear most, a rebel who cannot be bought, a rebel who cannot be broken, a rebel who cannot be erased. And when the day comes, because it will, when they try to silence you with fear, when they try to crush you with isolation, when they try to drown you beneath the tides of their lies, you will remember. You will remember that rebellion is not something you do. It is something you are. It is something written into the marrow of your bones. It is something stitched into the very fabric of your being. It is something that no threat, no bribe, no punishment can ever take from you. Because rebellion is the only way to live free. It is the only way to be whole. It is the only way to be human. They want you tame. They want you grateful for the scraps they throw. They want you small, silent, submissive. They want you to forget that you were born wild, that you were born powerful, that you were born sovereign. They want you on your knees. You were born to stand. So rise. Rise for those who forgot how. Rise for those who never had the chance. Rise for the version of yourself still trapped in a cage of fear. Rise, rebel, because in the end, only one truth will matter. Not your wealth, not your status, not the approval of a dying world. Only this. Did you rise? Did you fight? Did you live free? Did you rebel? Because rebellion is not an act. Rebellion is a lifestyle, and rebellion is the only way. If these words awaken something in you, you're not alone. This is just the beginning. Join the rebellion. Subscribe to Rebel Chronicles and rise with us.